If me to play tiddlywinks right now, I will try and win. I'm extremely competitive whatever I do. And that's what made me a good sportsman. But then again, it's a sport. Like, I'm not angry with the person I'm doing it with. I just want to show him my sport. I want to show him how good I am at my sport. And if I can make him miss and then hit him while he's off balance and that type of thing, then that's just showing my skill level.
A good fighter, you must have the attitude of winning.
Yes.
Okay.
I think any sportsman. You know, if whether you're running 100 meters in the Olympics.
If you're not, you shouldn't be in it.
You shouldn't, exactly. Yeah, you're out.
I'll never be one.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, so, I don't know, have you convinced me yet? You know, mothers thinking that this is just totally violent and bloody, and so, you know, good luck, son, but I'm not going to see you fight. So, and when you come back in one piece, then great.
Yeah.
You know, you throw us into a roller coaster every time when you go on a bout.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know, as a mother, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You do.
I hear you. I personally, and this didn't happen with my mother, but because there's a lot of different gyms out there, and some are maybe not so good, and their understanding of training is just hitting each other hard type of thing, and that's how you get tougher and become a fighter. So we'll be actually doing some research and finding some good champions, some good gyms, some good trainers, this type of thing. So you know your child or son is going with the best, you know, the best team behind them. So essentially a calculated risk. It's always a risk, but the more calculated your risk is, the better your chances are, right? You're not just rolling the dice.
Right. I did learn a little bit from a previous interview that you should never think that you're going to get hurt, because if you do, then you will get hurt. And the sport is, well, you know, I'm talking about MMA, mixed martial arts. There's just a combination of so many different, what do you call it, fighting skills incorporated into one, that it's just really exciting. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the difference between boxing and mixed martial arts? Because I see that, you know, when I see wearing gloves, then we think, what's boxing? But what's the difference there?
Well, one of okay, so this transition to it. So boxing is just hands, just using your hands, boxing with gloves on. Kickboxing, which is more European style kickboxing, is using your hands and your legs, so you can kick and you can knee. You cannot hold. Whereas
mixed martial arts, you can hold.
In Muay Thai, then you've got 8 limbs. You can punch, elbow, knee, kick. You can hold. You can throw. They call it dirty boxing. You can do all that. And then in mixed martial arts, you can do all that. Plus, when you get thrown on the floor, you can continue. So that's where the more the jiu-jitsu wrestling aspect comes in, where they call it ground and pound, where they're looking to hit somebody on the floor, then they'll maybe go for an arm bar or look for a position to take somebody.
I mean, I watched a couple of bouts on YouTube, especially mixed martial arts, and it's, after watching a little bit, it's not as rough as I thought it would be. I mean, I guess at other times I've always seen, like, when I turn on TV, it's already the bloody part, you know, a cut here and you know, the teeth is all bleeding and all that.
It's all blurry in Taiwan on the TV.
Blurred? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But you know, after you watch it, it seems like it's I wouldn't say rough anymore. You know, I think there's also kind of like figuring out each other even before the fight started. And then maybe even like trying to figure out what the other person's weakness is. And the first couple minutes, you can just got him down and you win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think with MMA, it's still very much a new sport as well. So there's so many codes you need to know to do it. So you need to be well versed in striking, kickboxing. You need to be well versed in wrestling, which is takedown defense. You need to be well versed in jiu-jitsu, which is submissions, arm bars, triangles, this type of thing. So now you're starting to get the new generation now, because it's been around for like 10 years or so. You're starting to get that new generation that have all those things. I've got one of my guys at the back there. He's kind of started from 9 years old, and he's 18 now, and he's got all these things.
He's Taiwanese?
Taiwanese heritage. He's born in the States. Yeah, his family own a business here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got the feeling that at 9, starting at 9, I mean, what Taiwanese parents would let their kids start learning these kinds of things at 9?
Well, his coach, Dave Camarero, trains the U.S. Navy SEALs. He has a contract with U.S. Navy SEALs, and actually trains local law enforcement in the States.
Wow.
And also he trained 5 UFC world champions. I can only think of 2 off the top of my head, Cain Velasquez and John Fitch. So and I've had Dave over here a few times to do seminars at my gyms. He's the best grappling coach in the world, in my opinion. He created his own style of grappling called Guerrilla Jiu-Jitsu, which is a combination of judo, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. So it's, yes.
I get so confused. Because sometimes they all look similar to me, but there are slight differences. The way you explained how, for one, you can only use the hands, and then next, you can use knees, but then, and then you said when you're down the ground, you're supposed to let go of the person, but actually there are others that you can still keep fighting. Wow, I'm learning so much.
And being an American-based sport, wrestling is obviously big in high schools in the States, so that's, I predominantly see a lot of wrestlers in MMA, in my opinion, and the high-level strikers, the boxers, aren't really doing MMA yet because there's still not as much money in it. Because, I mean, you look at the last Manny Pacquiao fight, he got like 30 million US. He's not going to get that sort of money in the UFC, and he has to learn how to wrestle as well. So this is what I'm saying is you get some better strikers at the moment. Unless you get that new generation, you get some better strikers, you get some better grapplers. And so kind of quite often you see, like, it depends on the fight you watch in MMA. You can see a striker versus a grappler. So it's obviously the striker wants to keep it standing, and the grappler wants to take it to the ground because he's not comfortable striking and trading. And he's not comfortable on the ground, vice versa. So they want to. So you see a lot of this style of fights.
Okay. Now I hear that you're actually teaching some classes.
Yes.
And 70 to 80% of the students in your class, or I don't know, are women.
And local.
Now that's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. Because there was actually, to be really honest, I'm quite a straight shooter. One of my biggest fears opening up a gym in Taiwan was great being a pioneer, great doing something new, which is always great to be being the first one doing it, but also risky. But what I was scared about was being a big guy, being a foreigner, not speaking Chinese, having tattoos. Maybe whether some of these elements might I'd only just sort of get the expat community. And then I kind of basically, that's like, 1% of the market in Taipei, and that would kind of cap my income. Actually, it's been the other way around. Like I said, 70-80% females in my class, local people.
Really?
And that was the idea, because the idea behind my gym was I wanted to have different workouts, not just fast, effective workouts, but I wanted to build a community. So it doesn't mean you have to be best friends. I do a lot of stuff where you interact with each other and do partner strength and body conditioning workouts. So rather than I go into a big chain gym and I stand next to you and we spend 15 minutes sweating, I maybe glance at you twice, but we never even say boo to each other. I actually get, okay, everyone pick a partner now. So, I'm Shirley, I'm Ethan, and then we'll do some squats together, and we'll do something else together, and we'll do some crunches together, that type of thing. We kind of push each other through it, and then it might be, I like working out with you, and you like working out with me, so we go, hey, are you coming every Monday? You want to be my Monday workout buddy type of thing?
Yeah.
And it's really starting to happen. The community is starting to develop.
All right.
Yeah.
So what do you think, why are these women coming to your classes? What do you think they want to get out of this? Women,
most of the women I've spoken to.
Self-defense?
Self-defense. People like to actually learn a skill because personally, I'm a fitness trainer, I have a strength, a sports degree. So I can understand what you need to get out of the workout. But as a boxer, I can understand, I get a little bit frustrated when I see so many boxing fitness classes because they're not boxers and they're kind of a little bit teaching people not so good technique. And it's just like 50 1-2s and 50 sit-ups. And so I like to give people real technique so they actually learn real stuff, but basically, and get a good workout and an effective workout. So they're kind of combining a lot of things. So basically, real technique, but not at the expense. Real fitness, but not at the expense of the technique. So people learn something, and they learn something useful. They learn something real, And like I was saying to you before, if you start to pick up the rhythm and understand boxing, it actually gets very technical, and it actually engages the brain. So rather than just do this 50 times, which gets very boring once you get to 20, or depending on where you're at with that. But we'll do things like 1, 2, slip, weave, 1, 2, hook, hook. And you're thinking about what you're doing, then I'll change the combination, so your brain's engaged as well. So, yeah.
Okay.
But the most feedback I've got is slimming. Everybody wants to get toned, and they want to slim from all the females. And boxing, kickboxing, it's a full body toning workout right there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. What's with the O3?
o3 was
o3-Fitness.
after several brainstorming meetings, which was a bit of beer involved as well. But O basically stands for oxygen, and 3 is the 3 energy types that you engage. Well, you should be engaging when you work out. So if you go to, without getting too technical, if you go to, for say a long run or a long bike ride, you're actually activating 1 energy type.
Okay.
So I've got some classes here that only take like 20 minutes long. One of my classes is called Quick Fit. It's a 20-minute workout. You engage all 3 energy types in that class, and it's more effective than you going for an hour and a half run in that 20 minutes.
Really?
So it's a very, very, very useful use of your time. Yeah.
All right. What do you see in the future, this market in Taiwan? You must see something. That's why you're here.
Yeah, I do. The plan from the beginning was always to build a brand, which is O3.
This is the first, though.
This is the first, yeah.
All right.
And then
only in Asia?
Yep. Just right. The first one's in Taiwan, Taipei, right here, and then the second one will be in Taipei, which we're kind of already looking at some locations at the moment.
Really?
And then
the same type of thing?
Or same. The generic classes will be the same. The fitness, the effective workouts, but we might do a different theme in each class. Sorry, each gym rather. So this gym has a bit. This gym has a bit more of a fighting theme. There's only kind of that many fighters in Taiwan, so you couldn't replicate that.
Right.
So the idea would be, I'm just going to throw some things out there. But say, for example, a pole dancing theme in one. So you'd have like the back would be more set up with poles, and a studio, so you'd have a more advanced studio with pole dancing. And then you still have the generic classes over here. And the weightlifting.
Pole dancing?
Pole dancing, yeah. I've had so many young ladies inquire about pole dancing.
Oh, so it's going to be tailored for women?
I think, that one would be, that one would be more so. You're
going to be teaching it?
Definitely not, no. My pole dancing is terrible.
It'll be too big and heavy, you just fall to the ground. Okay, right. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't put enough work into my pole dancing.
Wow.
Yeah, so the kind of idea is that, generic classes, but with different flavor at each gym. So this one's the fighting flavor. And
Okay. Wow. Okay, that sounds fun. Now, what do you think Taiwanese people need the most to become winning fighters? One last question.
To become winning fighters?
Yeah. What do you think Taiwanese people really need most?
I think you need the correct training, and I think you need the right mindset. And that would be the very short answers. Otherwise, I'll go into a long thing explaining both of those.
Okay. Well, it's been a lot of fun talking to you, Ethan.
It has been fun talking to you too.
Yeah. Good luck, and thank you so much for setting up this fitness center that is, tailored for different. A different corner. So.
And on that note, I insist that you come do some workouts here on the house.
Okay.
So,
we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ethan.
Cool. All right. Hey,
All right.
Thanks again.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you for watching, people. I'm Shirley Lin.